So you are abducted, put in handcuffs, and locked up. Put in jail unjustly. Imagine that you were put in a jail cell and you didn't even know why you were there, but you knew you didn't belong there. You knew that your name was clean. My name's Austin Haynes, and I just want to share with you this concept. If you were put in a jail and you knew it was unjustly, even if you didn't know what the reasoning was, what would you do to get out of that jail? What would you do to get free from that jail? What would you do? I would venture to say that you would do anything you possibly could to get out of that jail. Am I right? If you were put in jail unjustly and you knew you didn't belong there, you would do anything you can to get out of that jail. I remember when I was younger, I had a run-in with the law. And excuse me, I was a young guy, and it didn't have anything to do with what I did, but it was what someone else did. But I happened to be there, and I was like 8 or 9. Anyway, we got taken into the police station, and I was confused, and I knew I didn't belong there, and I knew I wanted to get out of there as quick as possible. But my point is that if you are put in jail, how bad or how quickly would you want to get out of that jail? And the answer is, of course, you would do whatever you could to get free from that jail. You would call whoever you need to call. You would eventually start to get irate. You'd want out of that jail. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because no, you're not in a jail right now. Whew, thank goodness. But what if you are in a jail of your mind? What if you're in a jail of your limiting beliefs that are running consistently to telling you why you can't do it, telling you that you're not good enough to do it, you don't have the experience to do it, your life situation doesn't justify you doing it, your current circumstance, I live in this situation, I can't do it, I don't have enough money coming in, I can't do it. A lot of times we put ourselves in a self-inflicted jail that we don't even realize we're doing it. And if you were put in a jail, you wouldn't stay there. You would do everything you could to get out of there. Yet, for many of us, we put ourselves in a jail every day by what we say to ourselves. And each bar of the jail is a limitation that says we can't do it. And sometimes those limitations are known and sometimes they're unknown. And these limitations a lot of times can be of our own creation. And there's a process to get free from them. So if you're wondering what to do, how to get free from this jail, and if you feel like that is you, and you want to take steps to get free, there's a process. And we've created 9 questions to identify and remove limiting beliefs. And if you want to get these questions, I want to make sure you get them. So just message me directly, indirectly, whatever. Just make sure that you reach out and get these 9 questions, because I can only what is that? My friend Emilio says, I can only give what I live. I can only give what I live. And for me, there was a process to free myself of limiting beliefs and limitations. And in that process, it was a long process. So what I wanted to do, is there a quicker way? Is there a way that we can shorten that gap for you so that you can get free from these limitations? And so these 9 questions are available to you. It's a process. We're going to be adding some video content to these questions later. But those 9 questions are just a benchmark. It just might be a starting point for you. If you're feeling like you're stuck, if you feel like You're in that jail that I talked about, where it's a jail you've created for yourself, and you know it, and you know you feel stuck, and you know you want to move forward, and you know you're capable of so much more. You know that there's another chapter to write. You know there's a new story to start. Maybe it's a love story. Maybe it's a new business, a new venture. There's a way to do it, and part of this process might be uncovering what's stopping you. Like I said on the previous video, you can get all the information in the world. You can get the playbook. You can get the playbook to make $1 billion. You can get a playbook to make $1 million, whatever. You can get a playbook to have the best relationship. You can get that playbook. But if you have limitations up here that are stopping you, the playbook doesn't matter. The information doesn't matter. The next course doesn't matter. The next challenge doesn't matter if we don't identify and remove our limiting beliefs. So if you want the 9 questions to identify and remove limiting beliefs, say hello, let me know, and we will send you the link so you can get the 9 questions to identify and remove limiting beliefs. Because as I said in the previous video, I basically put myself in a jail for many years. It was like putting myself in a jail and limiting my own potential. And I don't think anybody wants to live in a state of limitation when you know you're capable of doing more. But if you've told yourself a story over and over again about what you can't do and why you can't do it, because this is what happens sometimes at a subconscious level. It also happens at a conscious level, and we can literally put ourselves in a jail. And if you were in a jail, like a physical jail, and you knew you were put there unjustly, you would do whatever you could to get out of that jail because you feel the physical constraints of it. It's tangible, it's physical, it's there. But when we put ourselves in jail, it's intangible. It's like it could be an emotional, mental jail that we put ourselves in, and we know we're not moving forward. We know we feel frustrated. We know we feel stuck, but we're not moving forward. So why aren't we moving forward? Why don't we ask ourselves that question? Why are we not moving forward? And there's a process there, and it's okay to feel that way. Like, I just want to let you know, it's okay to feel that. It's not okay to stay there. It's not okay to just put your head in the sand and just keep going. It's not okay to do that. We must, I don't want to say we must, because everything's a choice. We can choose. We can choose to do something different. We can choose to look at an alternate process. We can choose to get something that's going to help us free our minds so that we can take the information that we already know and unlock it and unleash it, and where everything starts to move and providence moves and everything starts to happen. And then we wake up one day and we're like, I did it. But that doesn't happen until we remove the limiting beliefs. So if you feel like you're stuck, you feel like you're in a jail, not a physical jail, although you might be, right? Even if you are, imagine if you're in jail, and even if you did do something, you still want to get out of that jail, right? You want to get out of jail. But that's physical. What's not physical is the jail that we put ourselves in, that we can get free from anytime we become conscious and aware and we choose. Get free today. Message me for the 9 questions. I'll get them over to you, and we'll move forward. We'll move forward together. Have a great day, everyone. Blessings.